Guys, Chef Nicholas here, and you are watching Cook With Me on Let's Talk Food. Now, guys, before I get into this next menu that I put together for you guys, let me ask you this. What is better than a chicken melt sandwich, right? I'm talking thick cut sourdough bread toasted with Asiago and Parmesan cheese, a sun-dried tomato aioli, marinated, pan-seared, and finished in the oven, juicy chicken breast, fresh basil, Tillamook, white cheddar, and yellow shredded cheddar cheese, all put together on the sandwich. Sounds amazing, right? That's what I'm showing you guys today. Not only am I showing you this amazing sandwich, but come on, you can't have a sandwich without having a pickle, right? So I'm showing you how to make my quick go-to recipe for a quick brine for homemade pickles. I'm sure, guys, you will love making this as much as I love creating and tasting and enjoying it. I'm excited for you guys to try it. Each ingredient on its own is amazing, but when you put all those together in one bite, oh man. If you love food and if you love creating and if you love intensity and bold flavors, you'll definitely love this sandwich. But before we get into all of what's included in the sandwich with the ingredients and procedures in the video, like always, I'd like to ask you if you could please pull out a chair, have a seat, and let's talk food.
Now it's time to make some homemade pickles. Let's get started. 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, half a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of coriander, 1 tablespoon of cilantro, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, half teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Grab that whisk and let's get to it. Take that delicious brine, set it aside. Grab your cucumber. Cut off the end piece because you don't want to eat that. Slice them at a bias. Transfer it to a large bowl. Grab that brine. And it's time to get the cucumbers a nice, flavorful bath. Any sugar that sets down to the bowl is fine. Pour it in, stir it up, and it's going to do its thing. What I really love about these pickles is that you can do them 24 hours in advance, or if you're in a pinch, you can do them and recover and refrigerate for 2 to 4 hours. Now it's time to make the sun-dried tomato aioli. You want to get the food processor for this one. 2 tablespoons of minced shallots. 2/3 cups of sun-dried tomatoes. If they fall in a clump, you might want to break it apart. It makes the mixing process a lot more easier. 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, because who doesn't love garlic? 1 cup of mayo. You can use Kraft mayo, you can use Duke's mayo, any mayonnaise will do in this recipe. 2 ounces of lemon juice. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, half a tablespoon of coriander. Mix until it's all incorporated, making sure you see small specks of tomatoes. Once mixed, Transfer to a dish, mason jar, anything you have on hand. Check for consistency. Cover and refrigerate until further use. Now it's time to show our chicken some love. Grab you a large bowl, half a cup of olive oil. You can use grapeseed oil or avocado. I prefer olive. 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped oregano. 1 tablespoon of chopped thyme. 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, because garlic is amazing. 1 tablespoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Get that whisk and let's get to it. It's just something about fresh herbs, olive oil, and garlic that just smells amazing. Now it's time to trim off any fat, any excess meat from the tenderloin, or any bone fragments that may be in there. The reason I like to trim off my chicken, because you don't want to eat that fat, or you don't want to bite down on something crunchy that shouldn't be there. So it's always good to check out your breast just to ensure it's the highest quality. Now it's time to show your chicken some love. Place them in the bowl with the marinade. Toss them around a little bit. Massage it. Top, bottom, coat every piece. Don't be shy. There you go. Who doesn't love a good sourdough? I mean, look at it. Grab you a serrated knife. Hold down firmly. And slice off the end piece. Put that aside for a snack for later. You want to cut 1-inch slices. Out of this loaf, I think I got about 4 to 5 slices. It's good to get 2 loaves. There you have it. Nice, thick slices. Don't throw away the pieces. Could be a snack, could be croutons. It's up to your imagination. Next, slice them tomatoes, 1/2-inch slice. Be careful when holding a tomato. You don't want to lose a finger. Transfer to a dish. Show the tomato some love. A little olive oil. A little fresh cracked black pepper. Can't forget that sea salt. Cover and repeat. In a hot pan, a cast iron skillet, little non-stick spray. Put down 2 ounces of Parmesan cheese. Top that with 2 ounces of shredded Asiago. Put your sourdough down. I put butter on one side. You want that side with the butter up. When you flip, that butter hit that cast iron. It's going to give you a nice crunch. Once cheese is is melted around the edges, go ahead and give it a flip. In that same hot pan, spread a little bit of nonstick. Put your tomatoes down. The reason I sear them down is to soften them up a little bit, but because they're so thick, it still has that nice little crunch in the middle. Spread them around. It's enough room for everybody. Don't that look beautiful? After you remove them from the heat, they're still going to be hot and still going to be cooking slowly. In that same hot pan, after you remove them, add 2 tablespoons of oil. Move that around a little bit to prepare for our chicken. Next, you want to put your chicken skin side down. Cook for 8 to 9 minutes, flip, cook for 6 to 7 minutes, and then bake at 400 degrees for 20 minutes until chicken is done. It's okay to admire your work. You did this. You put the work in. Put on a plate and let it rest for 5 minutes. Because if you cut it now, those juices are just going to run everywhere. And we don't want that. Next, take your basil leaves, stack them, roll them tight, slice them, put them aside. On your chicken breast, cut at a bias. You normally can get 6 to 7 pieces per breast, depending on the thickness of the breast. And because you let it rest for 5 minutes, all those juices stays inside instead of escaping when you slice them. And that is exactly what you want. Next, transfer those pieces to a cast iron skillet in the shape of the sourdough. Top with 8-ounce Tillamook shredded yellow and white cheddar cheese. Go ahead. Indulge yourself. Bake at 400 degrees for 10 minutes until cheese is thoroughly melted. Like that. Now it's time to assemble your sandwich. Cheese side down, butter side up. Take that sun-dried tomato aioli, spread it around, coast to coast, side to side. Oops, almost lost that. Now it's time to put the chicken and cheese on there. Gentle now. Sprinkle that fresh basil. Don't worry. You don't have to be shy. Build your flavor up. Top with those tomatoes that you roasted. By letting them rest and soften them up just enough to have a little flex to them, but still have that crunch. When cutting a sandwich of this magnitude, put your hand on it firmly. So when you slice it, you don't spill any of those ingredients that you work so hard to make. Because we definitely don't want to do that. Bon appetit. When plating, I find it better to use a skewer or a steak knife. It just holds it a little bit better. And there you have it, guys. The 4-cheese chicken melt. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy creating this dish. Until next time, stay humble, stay blessed, stay hungry.